I think it's funny when people talk shit about In Control. You wouldn't say that to him at a LAN. He would crush you. He could probably beat you in a debate, too. Shit. You call him that? Do you actually call him that? Have you called him that to his face? And then gotten punched into the earth. In Control's great. I'm a fan. Okay, so we're looking at a ZvT analysis here. Just so we're clear, this is a very short rush map. He's kind of rude sometimes. I think he just has less of a buffer for some of the bullshit that happens on Twitch streams, so sometimes he'll get grumpy. He gets grumpy earlier than some people, but I don't know. I think he manages it pretty well. Okay, so we meant 4 lings instead of 6 is kind of greedy. It's not terrible, but it's a little bit greedy, and you should be aware of that. We forgot to make a 30 overlord. Anyone who has a few free seconds, can you type in the chat, don't forget the 30 overlord? Don't forget the 30 overlord. Do not forget the 30 overlord. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, I'm getting all hyped seeing that enthusiasm in the chat. Don't forget that 30 overlord. And the 30 overlord is hard to remember, right? Because that's right when the Reaper pokes at your base and you're like, ah! And you just forget everything. You had all these awesome aspirations to move up to the next league, to get 25 to 50 MMR from this next win, to crush Terran and improve your win rate. And then that first Reaper shows up and just goes, boom! And you're like, bah! And you forget everything. You forget where you are. You forget where you left your keys. You forget what you were supposed to do tomorrow. You forget your 30 overlord. It's just tough. So this is the beautiful time in the game where these lings should be killing these rocks. Let's see if they get that idea. Because this is the spot, if you're thinking through the mind of the Terran, let's do that. Let's think through the mind of the Terran. Say you're a Terran, and you love Terran, right? And you go for a 2-1-1 opening, and then you're going to go for a follow-up push. What you want to do is put some siege tanks or some widow memes, like right here. And then you want to get your Marines and like stim up and shoot this, and then you bait them down and the whole Zerg army blows up and you just laugh your ass off. That's what Terran players are trying to do here. So by letting this ice exist, you're saying to the Terran player, I want to help us get to Reddit by you blowing up my whole army in 2 seconds. From me rushing down into this area from it. Yeah, kill this. Kill this. Thank you. You should say 30 supply overlord, because some noobs would literally save up 3k to make 30 overlords. Pump your brakes, fam. Are you shitting me right now? Just because one person built 6 swimming pools doesn't mean that everyone does that. And if there is one person who saves up that much money to make that many overlords, they will lose the game. And they will learn the lesson. I don't think anyone would be that lost for that long. And if they are, that's just their experience, you know? And you might say, well, you're not going to get to GM doing that. That's true. That's actually true. You're really not. You're going to have to do something different. Okay, so we've got this base here. Orbital command. Orbital command. Orbital command, orbital command, orbital command. Look at that. Look at that. Before it's even out. Orbital command. This is a master level game. Okay, so we've got Marines here. Units tab. 57 drones. Sweet. 4th base is up. Creep spread is good. We're pretty supply blocked. And we have way too much gas for Hydrabane. But aside from that, this is good. Killed the medivac, good job. Just so you know, Lingbane Hydra is like a 5 gas composition. But lo and behold, we didn't fill the 6th gas, so it is 5 gas. Nice. This is great creep spread, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. 63 drones is making me a little bit sad news pajamas. Drone this one a bit, put like 8 workers here. And then I'll be happiness. There should be a spore crawler here, and there should be 2 spore crawlers here, and there should be 1 here. Just so you know. Just so you know. I mean, it's not required, it's just a really good idea. Okay, great. Great, look at this creep spread. Oh no, is he gonna attack into this? Yeah, that's not what Hydrabane is for. We've talked about this before. The point of Hydraling Bane, I'm gonna give a caveat here. This is a caveat here. Unless you're Rogue. Okay, Rogue. Rogue, if you're watching the stream, go take 5. This isn't for you. This isn't for you. Everyone not Rogue. Hydraling Bane against Bio-Terran is so that you can rush Hive and Ultras. And you need to keep your army mostly intact. Maybe some Ling counters here into the natural or something. But you need to keep your army mostly intact so you don't die to their 2-2 timing. And you have some stuff to support your Ultras. So if we go for a big attack at their 3rd, like we just saw, maybe we kill some workers. But if the tanks are all sieged up and the bio is pre-split and they have high ground and they have defender's advantage and all this, it's going to be bad for us, because now we're behind in supply. We didn't have anything to defend this attack here, our natural. So now we're wounded, and it's hard to max out. We do have the tech, but that was really the wrong time to move out for the army composition we had. Which is sad. You could try to all in there, but you would not take a hive and take these other upgrades in the cavern and stuff. Hydraling Bane is for getting your Ultras fast, and you use the Hydraling Bane to defend that. You can use 4 Lings to deny this crap. You can use 2 Lings to deny this crap. You just want to delay their 4th while you're getting your Hive so they can't afford a Ghost Transition and then make Ultras. Unless you're Rogue, right? So Rogue, if you're here, keep doing what you're doing. I'm a big fan. I've seen you kill Terrans with Hydraling Bane a lot. Good job. But that's usually because he gets really far ahead from killing a bunch of stuff early. Where we didn't have a good economy this game. We got up to like 62. 62 to 63 drones. And then we dumped our army into the 3rd. And then lost 10 workers. And now the Terran looks fantastic. And it's like, wow, Terran's so strong. No, we just messed up. We misunderstood the essence of what Hydraling Bane against Terran is about. It's about that crisp Ultra timing. Crisp. Now we're gonna attack a planetary. Nice. Look at that DPS. Nice. Nice. Yeah, we're not out of it yet. Good job killing those outer bases. Okay. Took a fight there. This is the kind of fight that sometimes you can win, But there wasn't really a great objective there. Like, it's not like you have a base to kill or whatever. Trading armies is fine if you have more bases, I guess. Between these fights, you should just mouse up here and look at your worker count. If you're below 70, it's a problem. And you should just drone your new base a little bit. Drone this a little bit. You could take burrow and burrow some lings if you're confused about what to do. There was one thing I did against that 5.9k turn before we started casting, where I just put one ultra at my 2 newest bases. They can't drop it. They would have to use like 3 medivacs with perfect micro to kill 1 ultra at your outer bases. So if you feel like you're not able to commit your army to them, try that. Try that, because it's 6 supply to defend a base. It's usually not going to be what turns the tide. Okay. So the thing we talked about in your play before, Celsius, was not knowing where to kill the Terran. Because we're consistently taking a bunch of fights with their army and stuff. But there isn't really the sense of where the winning button is. On this map, it would be here. If you control this spot, you win. That's a win. Because at this point in the late game, they have some production here. They have some production in the main. They have some production there. But if you control one of those spots, then they can't really gather their strength effectively. Ooh. Are we gonna be able to abduct the Thors? Yeah. Oh no, now we have Hydras. Usually I recommend only making like 14 Hydras and then transitioning into Corruptors, because Hydras are bad in the late game. In most cases, but if you are going to make a bajillion Hydras, then you should take the range attack upgrade. Ultra Hydra Viper is a playable composition. It's pretty good. If you look at it conceptually. Pretty good. But the 3/3 bio just shreds Hydras like they're nothing. You'd rather have more Ultraling Bane. Cool. GG. It's a pretty good game. You need to check this. Check this. You take a fight, you kind of go back home, you're doing your macro. Check your economy. If it's below 70, that's bad. That's bad. 70, at a minimum, for Hive Tech. 53 is not enough. 62 is not enough. 70. Why no attack upgrades on Hydras? Because they were forgotten or not thought about. That's what this analysis is for. League Masters. The creep spread was really good. Definitely a strong point of that performance. No spores kind of makes it a pain in the butt. The Hydraling Bane move out at the 3rd was a huge mistake. But yeah, overall that was a good game. Nice even match. Felt like the opponent was a good test of your abilities. No, Lurkers are garbage in ZvT because tanks hard counter them and Liberators hard counter them, and Bio can just drop and move around. If you're in a low league, I think it would be the funniest way to play, because a lot of players don't know what Lurkers are because they're bad in the matchup. So you have that off-meta advantage of playing a unit that no one else plays, so they don't think it exists. Lenny the Ling 19 just subscribed with a tier 1 subscription 7 months in a row. Wow. Thank you. What is the ideal probe count in the mid to late game? 70. 70 is the same for all 3 races. If you want to trade more but have a little bit weaker army, then you could go up to 75 to 80, but I would say that's more of advanced kind of StarCraft user stuff. 66 is perfect 3 base saturation, so 70 means you just have 3 saturation and a bit. Am I reviewing replays? Affirmative.